Hello and welcome to the class today. So today we are going to study sociometry technique of evaluation in the subject secondary and senior secondary education. So in the last classes we have discussed about the various tools and techniques which can be used while carrying out any kind of evaluation throughout the academic session by the teachers. So sociometry is also one of the technique, one of the very important technique which a teacher should know, that to maintain, to measure the social relations of the class, you have to recognize what kind of class students you have, what kind of qualities do they have individually or in the form of group activities. So before we do any kind of evaluation, a teacher need to find out, need to ask few questions with herself or himself, that what is the purpose of the evaluation, then who will use the information and how, and what do we want to know, what do I want to know. So these questions when they will ask, then only they will be able to think upon a appropriate kind of evaluation tool or technique which will give a fruitful result to the teacher or the institution, whatever may be the case. So the learning objectives for today's class is to learn appropriate selection of tools and techniques for evaluation, to understand the use of sociometry technique in classroom, to grasp and understand the group dynamics in the classroom. Yes, the moving of the doing all the activities in group, how as a group the classroom students are behaving, what are their present status. So sociometry technique, we can say the term sociometry is defined as the measurement of the social relationships that exist among the members of a group. So collecting of any kind of data or any kind of measurement we want to do is a very important part of any evaluation. But focus the evaluation by answering the questions which we have asked a few minutes back. Think about the evaluation purpose, who is going to be evaluated, who will be the stakeholder, um, what kind of information we need, and after that how we will be going doing the interpretation, and after that how we will use that information in our teaching manner, or in our ranking the student or improving the classroom climate. How are we going to use this kind of evaluation result? So sociometric technique attempts to describe attractions or repulsions between group members by asking them to indicate whom they would select or reject in various situations. So this will we will be discussing in today's class, that how and what kind of questions can a teacher ask to improve the the results which we want to get after the implication of sociometry technique in our class. So you need to decide upon an appropriate method, so you can collect an appropriate data, and appropriate information is collected by you, and after that only that will be useful for you. So France defines sociometry as a method used for the discovery and manipulation of social configurations by measuring the attractions and repulsions between individuals in a group. So, what are the things which an individual prefer in a group? What kind of qualities they prefer in other humans in a group? So, with this method, we can find out this, that who the group members sometimes may like a few students as a whole. They may like few students, as a variety of information is there, and how the group members behave, how they interact with each other, what are the relationships between them, are they close friends, are they just known to each other, or they do not know at all about each other. So these kind of things can be found out by this technique. So let us now discuss the introduction for the sociometry. The word sociometry comes from Latin word socius, which means the partner, friend, companion, and the metrum means the measure. So it is the measurement of the level of competency between friends, between the companionship or the partners. So it is a way of measuring the degree of relatedness among people of a group. So there are two things which we are going to discuss here regarding the the results which will help us in improving the classroom climate, and also how the group is going to proceed in future. How are they going to, if you are going to use any kind of collaborative techniques in your teaching part, or any kind of cooperative learning is will be done by you, carried out during the the teaching part. So at that time, what kind of the group, how the group will behave, will they cooperate with each other, will they tolerate each other, will they give good results after carrying out measuring doing establishing interrelationships among them. So it is a methodology for tracking the energy vectors of interpersonal relationships in a group. So this we can find out after every kind of activity, before every kind of activity, and also for a class it will be beneficial for all the faculty members and the institution to know that how the class as a group is behaving. What are the problems which are coming before us? Many kinds of problems, like the concentration problem, the discipline issue, or any kind of the result issue, these can be done away with if we find out the correct solution to it. So it is basically a quantitative method because it is used for measuring the social relationships and the inquiry into the evolution and organization of groups and the position of individuals within them. This is sociometry. So the information which you select will depend upon what is available, what answers your evaluation questions most effectively will give. The most common sources of evaluative information fall into three categories: existing information, then the people, or any kind of observations. So how the measurement of social interaction is termed as sociometry. Sociometry is based on the fact that people make choices in interpersonal relationships. Whenever people gather, they make choices, because you cannot force anyone to be with another one if they do not like each other. And if you have given any kind of project to students in a group, in pairs, or a group more than 3 students in that, so it will never give results. They will never cooperate with each other if they do not like to see each other. So it depends on, the social relationships are very important. So to identify what kind of social relationships individuals of a group have, you can just observe that the people will prefer where to sit, with whom to sit or stand. Choices about who is perceived as friendly. Some people are friendly with everyone, and some people are friendly with only few one. They are introverts, they are extroverts. So who is central to the group? Who is the one who is so much popular within the group? Who is the rejected one? No member of the group like such persons who are annoying, who fights with each other. Or there may be some people who are isolated, who choose to remain aloof from everyone, and they have their own world. So let us now talk about the history of sociometry, how this method came into origin. Jacob Levi Moreno, or J.L. Moreno as he is popularly known as, coined the term sociometry and conducted the first long-range sociometric study from 1930 to 38 at the New York State Training School for Girls in Hudson, New York. That was a residential school, and at that time he carried out the this technique of sociometry to know about the social relationships among the girls of that school. So many sociometric studies have been conducted since by Moreno, Bogadas. He has developed a social relationship scale, and others in settings including other schools, the military, therapy groups, and business corporations. So Moreno defines sociometry as the mathematical study of psychological properties of populations, the experimental technique of and the results obtained by application of quantitative methods. So there are certain formulas and quantitative techniques which have been given by Moreno, while the measurement can be done with the help of that. So what is the purpose basically behind sociometry? The purpose of sociometry is to facilitate group task effectiveness and satisfaction of participants by bringing about greater degrees of mutuality among people and greater authenticity in relationships. So this can people cannot lie every time about their relationships, about their social relationships. Measurement of relatedness can be useful not only in the assessment of behavior within the groups, but also for interventions to bring about positive change and for determining the extent of change. So if any kind of positive change is required to be taken place in the group, that can be done. A right time, appropriate intervention can be done by the psychologist or by the teacher or by the institution or on any stakeholder, so that useful change can be brought about in that group. So productive behavior, any result could be taken out, after that kind of exercise. So sociometry can be a powerful tool for reducing conflicts and improving communication. So this is very important if a group wants to attain a success, or if we want to attain our goals or reach to our objectives, because it allows the group to see itself objectively and analyze its own dynamics. Dynamics means, it is ever changing. The relations are ever changing, and how the group is performing with each other. It keeps changing in the school level. If we see that the same group will be moved on in the next class, so for how much time they are going to change their relationships in every class, relationships can be changed, their perceptions can be changed. So it is also a powerful tool for assessing dynamics, group dynamics, and development in groups devoted to therapy or training. So it shows the patterns of how individuals associate with each other when acting as a group toward a specified end or goal. So ultimately, a group needs to reach to its goal, and for that they have to, remove all kind of differences among them. There are two main branches of sociometry actually: research sociometry and applied sociometry. Research sociometry is action research with groups exploring the socio-emotional networks of relationships using specified criteria. Example, who in this group do you want to sit beside you at work? Who in the group do you go for advice on a work problem? Who is in the group do you see providing satisfying leadership in the pending projects? So it depends, sometimes it can be said that if it is done for the purpose of research, that you want to explore more about the socio-emotional networks of relationships, you can ask few questions and you will be able to decide about that. And sometimes there may be the exploration of the networks. So research sociometry is concerned with relational patterns in small, whether it is individual and a small group, and larger populations such as any kind of organization or the neighborhoods. So it is concerned basically with charting out the attractions and repulsions among the members of the group, or any kind of subgroups can also be checked. So applied sociometrists, on the other hand, utilize a range of methods to assist people and groups review, expand, and develop their existing psychosocial networks of relationships. See, we have two kinds of research areas or the types of sociometry, that is the research sociometry and applied sociometry. And we have seen that the research sociometry tries to find out the reasons behind everything, any kind of socio-emotional network. And the applied sociometrists try to bring change in that kind of research which they have found out. So both fields of sociometry exist to produce results through their application, greater spontaneity and creativity of both individuals and groups. So basically, this method of evaluation is being used for bringing out quality. There are various sociometric techniques which a teacher should be aware of, and the most common techniques are sociogram. Then there is sociometric matrices, guess who technique, or the social distance scale, which was prepared by Bogardus. So mostly the teachers make use of sociogram as a sociometric technique while using their evaluation. And it was one of Moreno's innovations in sociometry, the development of the sociogram. So what is a sociogram? It is a graphic representation of social links that a person has. It is a visual representation of the interpersonal relationships within a group. Always start with a rough copy to plan the layout of a sociogram so that it doesn't become too messy or confusing, because it is a graphic representation of the links which you have to make. So it can be messy at some times. So production of sociogram, nevertheless, is the first and a very important step. So it involves a set of operations that are departed fundamentally from the method employed by Bogardus also for the measurement of social distance. So a sociogram can be drawn on the basis of many different criteria. You can choose various criteria like social relations, channels of influence, lines of communication, etc. Yes, when you are drawing lines for establishing relations, what kind of lines you want to draw while making sociogram. So these all should be decided beforehand. Those points on a sociogram who have many choices are called stars. If the whole group which you have inquired or you have been observing have pointed out few people as the favorite of many, so most of the choices are belonging to one or two person, those people can be termed as stars in that group. Those uh, people who have been given few or at all no choices by the others in the group may be known as the isolates, who actually chooses themselves to be remaining aloof from the group, and individuals who choose each other. If they are pair, if we are talking about, so they are known to have made a mutual choice that we A and B, we both like each other, A to B, B to A. One-way choice refers to individuals who choose someone, but the choice is not reciprocated. So one-way choice, it is going, prefers to prefers relationships with B, but B does not reciprocate the same choice. They are not mutual. So this will be known as the one-way choice. Cliques are the groups of 3 or more people within a larger group who all choose each other, through mutual choice. So a word known as cliques it has been given to such people who remain in a large group. There are certain small groups also who choose each other mutually. So sociograms are the charts or tools which are used to find the sociometry of a social space, the social relations. Sociogram is basically a diagrammatic representation of the group's relationships. It is used to study the interpersonal relationships of groups. There are various steps which need to be followed while constructing sociogram. Researcher begins with a question such as, with whom would you like to work on a small group project? So they can ask that from a group. So the group members can be asked that give your first, second, and third choice. And for this, it can be written form, it can be in the oral form, or you can just ask them to, carry a few color boards with them, some kind of flashcards type, placards type, and then they will show their choices like that. So each member of the group is provided with a form. This is the most convenient way on which he or she can write the names of the members he or she has chosen. The group members are assured that the information given by them will be held strictly confidence. The boys and girls in the group are usually represented by different symbols, and a choice may be represented by a single pointed arrow. If you are showing a mutual choice, that can be pointed by the arrows can depict the both sides arrows can be shown in opposite direction, and rejection may be represented by the dotted line. So in this way you can choose to draw lines in sociogram. And if you are choosing symbols, if you want to show that what are the special relationships you want to find out in among boys or girls, so you can represent by different symbols like triangles or squares or circle. So the members who are chosen most often are referred to as stars. Those who are not chosen by others are can be termed as isolates. Small groups made of members who choose one another are cliques, and the choices made by the group members are then tabulated. This is how a sociogram will look like, and you can just differentiate between the girls and the boys. So the purple ones are the boys, and the the purple one are the girls, and the orange one are the boys. And here we can see that the mutual choices are shown by this kind of arrows, and if it is only a one side arrow, then it shows that it is only one way interaction. So in this way you can decide upon that how you can prepare a sociogram for the class. So place the name of the stars in the center of the sociogram. So this depends on you after interpreting the forms which you have asked your students to fill. You can place the name of the stars who have been selected by most of the group in the center of the sociogram. Use different symbols always to denote boys and girls so that there is no confusion while preparing sociogram. Place the names of those receiving the next highest scores near the names in the center, but far enough to permit the drawing of lines so that you can connect the triangles and circles. So if you just situate the people who are close to stars, you will not be able to denote it with the lines, proper lines. Place the isolates and the seldom chosen individuals around the outer area of sociogram. Use lines to indicate choices and arrowheads to show direction of choice. A solid line might be used for a first choice, a broken line for second choice, and a dot dash line for the third choice. So sometimes different colors are also used for first, second, and third choice. Now, after you have prepared a sociogram, you have to interpret it also. So the sociogram is interpreted by noting its general shape and pattern. If the lines indicating choices show that a few individuals have chosen each other, but seldom anyone else clique is indicated, these cliques indicate lack of cooperation. If there are no groups who have more than 3 members, so that means that there is a lack of cooperation between the group. So when a segment of the group is completely cut off from the rest of the group, there is a evidence of a social split in the group, and this is the warning for the teachers. So long lines with much overlapping of choice and many individuals choosing each other indicate a well integrated group. It means that the group has good relationship, leadership, cooperation, and the spirit which is anticipated by the teacher. So the sociograms are basically graphic representation which are very easily can be prepared by the teachers, and with this help they can find out the social links that a person has. So it is used to analyze the choices or preferences each student makes within a group. It is actually a teacher-made device that determines how a student is viewed by his or her peers as he or she interacts with classmates. It is constructed after each student responds to a question that tries to probe the social affiliation with other students or classmates. So the result of the sociometric test are tabulated to determine how many times each student is selected and by whom. Then there are various kinds of categories of students in a class. Star, we have discussed, is a student who is chosen by the most number of his classmates. Then there are isolates, a student who is not chosen by any of his classmates. Mutual choice is the students who choose each other. One-way choice is the students who choose someone, but the choice is not reciprocated. Then there is clique, that is the group of 3 or more students within a class who all choose each other. So devise a question that is simple and easy to understand. So when you are asking questions from the students, asking them to fill the form, you have to ask very simple questions so you can get the appropriate correct answers. If you're having, for example, you can ask, if you were having a birthday party, which of your 3 classmates would you invite? So they will give preferences 1, 2, and 3, that out of this group, which 3 classmates will they invite. Then ask students to write their answers to the question. Clearly state if there are any kind of limitations which are set by you on the choices to be made. Example, the number of choices of the classmates. You want only 3 choices, so you can ask that, limit that. So while asking that question, you should write that in that form, or you should give instructions properly. Tally the number of times each student is chosen. So you have to find out after going through that forms, interpreting the data, that the number of times each student has chosen certain students, classmates. Make a diagram consisting of several circles. So each circle contains a student's name, indicated by an arrow, the student who choose another classmate. Assess the diagram to determine who among the students is the most popular and the most unpopular. So this you will be able to do it after making a sociogram. So this is again an example of sociogram. This is how a teacher could, after a few practices, they can prepare this. There are many uses of using this kind of technique in the class. Sociometric measurements can be used to study the type of interaction and factors affecting the interaction. It can also be used to measure group characteristics such as cohesiveness, morale, bonding, etc. It can also be used to measure individual characteristics such as leadership, aggressiveness, liberalism, and conservatism. So various kind of social qualities can also be, found out after using sociometry. Any personality factor that is related to interpersonal attraction can be measured sociometrically. So if there is any kind of, disorder in the personality, that can also be found out. So sociometry provides a bird's eye view of group structure, and at the same time indicates the degree of social attraction possessed by the members of the group. So basically, it is used to study social adjustment, group dynamics, learning, motivation, discipline. So these all problems which we daily face in our classes can be solved if we know how to use the sociometric technique of evaluation. It is not always you have to give numbers to the students. Sometimes we have to, this is a very good technique to find out what is the problems that are persisting in the class, what is the problems among the group members, why the group members are not cooperating with each other, why they are not, what are the issues of adjustment in the class. So we have studied the adjustment issues and the maladjustment. So what are the issues for that? Sociometry will be helpful in finding out that. Then they will be able to motivate such students in the class who are not cooperating with each other. Then they can also motivate the students to learn, to concentrate. And also the discipline issue, which is the main issue in our classes, can be done away with if we properly use the sociometric technique. So depending on the character of the group, the members may be indicated, asked to indicate whom they like, whom they not, whom they want to be associated while doing any kind of group activity. Like if you want any kind of activity in cooperative learning, or any kind of problem solving method, or if you generally you want your students to enjoy picnic, but there is a enmity between the group, so there may be a problem on and in carrying out any kind of activity, so you will be afraid to take the group out of your class. So what type of interactions among members become the focus of the researcher attention depends what kind of objectives you have in your mind, what is the nature and functions of the group. And generally, sociometric studies can be employed through observation, questionnaires, and interview schedules. So sometimes examination of records may also be employed to secure the relevant information. But sociometry should more properly be considered a method of analysis rather than simply a method of data collection. So otherwise, there will be no use of using this kind of technique in the class. The researcher needs to conduct observation of the behavior of members if he wants to know the actual happenings in the group. During such an observation, the researcher concentrates on how the members behave, how they interact with each other, what is the nature of their relationship, who initiates interaction in the group, and who plays the role of a object. Suppose we conduct an observation aimed at ascertaining the pattern of students of a class in a public school exhibit in respect of exchanging the New Year greetings with each other. So we may find that one student may be taken to be the most popular member of the class as much as he receives maximum number of greetings. A sociometric star in if we talk about, to use the language of sociometry. We may also find that a few students do not receive any greeting cards. So we can now judge that those will be called the isolates. We may indicate students, there may be mutual students who have given greeting cards to each other. And if a group of 3 or more people have given cards to each other, those are the cliques. So in the course of our observation, we may come across various kinds of, the social relationships. And these, the cliques are the subgroups in a group. So the sociometric questionnaires and interviews are employed in securing information from each person about the other members of the group with whom they would like to or would not like to engage in a particular type of interaction, as also their thoughts about this interaction. And there may be various kinds of questions which need to be prepared by the teachers while asking them. So always allow a student to work with a chosen classmate or friends. So this will happen when you will properly make utilization of sociometry in your class. So you will be able to allow a student to work with the person they want to work with. Place and isolate. After that, you have found out that there are isolates among our group, then you need to place them in a situation where they cannot be aloof from the their group. So they can be a leader or a team captain. So give some opportunities and responsibilities so that they are not isolate anymore. Provide training in social skills to the isolates or the one-way choice students which you have found out. Identify pathways for social acceptance for students who often misbehave. So you have to find out that also, so that will solve the problem of indiscipline in the class. In a sense, the sociogram can determine those who are friends and those who are not. There are certain limitations also while using sociograms. Sociograms only indicate choices and not the reasons for such choices. Why they have chosen? There is no reason for that. It just means that they have chosen because they like it. So sociograms do not necessarily reflect true social acceptance or integration in case of mutual choices and cliques, as we have discussed that groups will change their preferences every year or within few months. Sociograms do not actually reflect isolates as rejected by his classmates. Isolates may be pupils who are new or shy in class. So there may be reason behind the isolation. So then there are other techniques like sociometric matrices. Sociometric matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers indicating the choices made by the members of a group. So in this way also you can prepare a proper sociogram with the help of this matrix. These are the steps which need to be followed. Researcher begins with the questions such as, with whom would you like to work on a group project? Choose 2 classmates. So a matrix is formed. The numeral 1 is used to indicate a choice and 0 is used to indicate no choice in the front of the students who are answering. Add the choices in each column. The sum total of each column indicates the extent to which any group member chosen by others in the group. The members who are chosen most are referred to as stars. The members who is not chosen at all is termed as isolate. So this is how we can make use of matrices. Then there is guess who techniques, and the guess who technique was developed by Hartshorne and May in 1929. And in this technique, a student is asked to read each descriptive statement and then write down the name of the student who best fits that description. So this kind of games we play in class also, but this can be a very good technique for finding out the social relations in a group. So students can be asked after reading a certain sentence that what name does come in your mind after reading the statement. The student may write more than one name against each statement and allowed to write his own name also. Sometimes maybe he thinks himself also to be suitable for that statement. So these are the, techniques which can be, the social distance scale was prepared by Bogardus. So these are all the techniques which a teacher should learn and try to use in his class. So please go through the references. You will be able to find out more about sociometry through eGyanKosh and the previous classes in which we have discussed the tools and techniques of data collection or the evaluation. And this is how you will be able to find out a very new, good technique of evaluation. And if it is done successfully in the class, you will be able to improve the group relations and the social relations in the class. So with this, we move on to the next section of our today's class, that is the evaluation questions. And the first question is, who gave the concept of sociometry? The options are B.S. Bloom, J.L. Moreno, John Dewey, or Erickson. So this we have discussed, and you must be remembering that the correct answer is the J.L. Moreno. He gave the concept of sociometry, and he found out in, while carrying out this kind of experiment on a group of training schools on girls residing in that training school. Next question is, dash is a way of measuring the degree of relatedness among people. So what is that known as? The options are sociometer, sociometry, interrelation, or integration. And the correct answer is sociometry, as we are aware that it is only the way of measuring the degree of relatedness among people. The next question is, sociometry is a dash method for measuring social relationships. The options are qualitative, quantitative, summative, or technical. So what kind of method it is, sociometry? It is a quantitative method because it measures the social relationships. It does not only observe, so it measures where the numbers come, it automatically becomes the quantitative method. The next question is, sociometry is based on the fact that people make choices in relationships. Options are interpersonal, inward, outward, or inward. So the correct answer is the interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal means the reciprocation should be there. How A have relations with B or B have relations with A. So this is how the interpersonal relationships are checked through the sociometry technique. The next question is, which of the following is not the sociometric technique? So this we have discussed recently, that there are 4 basic techniques which are used while measuring interpersonal relations through sociometry. And the options are sociogram, sociometry matrices, guess who technique, or diagnostic evaluation. And diagnostic evaluation is not a part of sociometric technique because first 3 options are correct, and these are the techniques which are used. Next question is, students who choose each other are considered as? These are the categories which we have given to the people in the group. So the options are star, isolates, mutual pair, or none of the above. So who choose each other are mutual pair. A chooses B and B chooses A. They are mutual pair. Next question is, a dash is a graphic representation of social links that a person has. So after after you have decided that you will perform a sociometry technique in the class, and for that you have to prepare a graphic representation. And what is that? The options are sociopathy, sociogram, social circle, or society. And the correct answer is sociogram. The next question is, a student who is not chosen by any of his classmates is, options are star, clicks, mutual chain, or isolate. And the correct answer is isolate. The person who is not chosen, not considered popular among the class, and no one has chosen him, or less people have made choices regarding him or her, then that person is chosen as the isolate. Question number 9 is, a choice may be represented by a single pointed arrow, a mutual choice by an arrow pointing in opposite direction, and rejection may be represented by a dashed line. So these are the certain, representations which we can prepare while making use of sociogram. And the options are circle, straight line, dotted line, or none of the above. So here the correct answer is dotted line, and through that we can represent the rejection part. So after that, the teacher will be able to interpret the result very easily. The 10th question is, the members who are chosen most often are referred to as, options are click, mutual chain, star, or isolates. And the correct answer is star. So the person who is very popular among the group, who is chosen by almost everyone, who is actively involved in all kind of activities, who is an extrovert person. Basically the people like to talk with him, people like to take advice from him. So that person chosen by many of the people of the group is termed as a star. So with this, we have come to the end of the class today. And I hope you will go through the references and all other parts of the video today, and you will understand in better way the sociometry technique of evaluation. And with this, we end the class. Thank you very much. And thank you for the patient listening.